Hey my truck tubers, how's it going? Welcome to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about options that's on the Platinum Edition that might not be on other trim levels. Let's get with it. Okay, so what we're going to do now is talk about a few options that comes on the Platinum Edition that I have. Mine's a 2016 Platinum Edition, and we're going to talk about options you get on it that other trim levels may not have. Now, one good thing about this is where I work, we have a Tundra. It is an SR5, so therefore I get to look at it every once in a while because I have to drive it. And I kind of take note of what's in it and what mine has, so I can kind of compare what the SR5 does not have compared to what my Platinum Edition does have. So one of the first things I want to show you, because I am burning up in here and I did this on purpose, is automatic roll down windows. So let me put the key in the ignition and then I'll show you what I'm talking about. So I'm going to turn you around to the passenger side here. As you can see, when I hit the button, it rolls all the way down. I hit the button again, it rolls all the way up. Now, not every truck comes with that. Now, the SR5 does have the one that automatically makes it go down, but it will not automatically make it go back up, or at least the one that we have at work would not know that, or would not do that. I didn't know that they didn't have the automatic up in all trucks until I hit the switch in it and it didn't go up, and I was like, what in the world? So I had to hold it to put it back up, and that's when I found out that not all trucks have that. So let's check out something else that has to do with the windows. I'm actually going to roll down my other windows now so that I get a little bit of air in here. Now the back windows, they don't do that, but I do want to show you right there, that back glass. The back glass rolling down right now, not all trucks have that. So not all trim levels. The one at work we have has a small back glass in the back that slides side to side, kind of like the F-150s have. And that was a big deal for me when I bought this truck, was I wanted a back glass that rolled all the way down. I don't know why. I do actually use that a lot. I've had a lot of people say I never use that. I use that a ton, so that was a big deal to me. Another big deal that has to do with windows is right up here, the sunroof. Now I'm not going to leave this open because it's a big glare in here. I tried that to start with, but I wanted a sunroof. I love sunroofs. I wanted a sunroof. The Platinum Edition comes with a sunroof, but the SR5s and some of the other ones do not. I think the Limited is where it starts putting those in, and I think the Limited is also where they start putting in the roll down back glass. I could be wrong about that, but I believe that's where that also starts. But I want a sunroof, and the Platinum does come with that. Okay, let's turn around and look at some of the stuff on the dash. So as we turn around here, you'll notice that mine has climate control. Not all Tundras have climate control. Some of them have dials that you turn to set wherever you want it to put at, and it blows out at a certain level instead of temperature. Now some people like that, some people don't. I like climate control. I just set it and forget it and let it do what it does, and that's good enough for me. Then we come up to the screen. Now all Tundras have the big screen, but they don't all have navigation. This one does have navigation. One thing about the navigation is I would turn this on, but it shows what road I live on. I tried to do that a minute ago, so I'm not going to turn this on and show y'all where I live, but it does have navigation. Take my word for it. And when you type this in, I've used it one time, that's all I've ever used it, but when you type it in, when you come up here to the center right here, it shows you your next turn. Like when it comes up time for a turn, there'll be an arrow that points right or left that shows you when you're supposed to turn next. And I think that's really, really neat how that works, because that way it's kind of like heads up. You don't have to look over the side or nothing. It just shows you right there, hey, your turn's coming up. Next thing is I want to show you is the Platinum Edition seats. This does have the Lexus grade leather. I've talked about that before. This is the softest, most comfortablest leather I've ever sat on in my life. It does have the platinum edition right here in the center of the seat, and it also shows platinum right here on the console. It does also have that same leather on this console right here. Now you'll notice I do have tough skin inserts on all this. That does not come with the platinum edition. That's something I installed. I do have a video on that back in the channel. Now a lot of Tundras come with a little tray right here. The platinum edition has that same kind of leather right here. I don't mind not having that tray. It's not a big deal to me, but if you want that tray, a platinum edition may not be for you. Another thing the platinum edition comes with is this leather up here and the stitching. You also have that same stitching in both seats and in the doors right over there. So if you like that stitching, I have to tell you, I did not like this stitching when I first got this truck. I hated it, but now it's grew on me. I do like it, and my wife really likes it too. So, you know, it is what it is. I've got it now. I've grown used to it, and I do really like that. So next is folding mirrors. I didn't know that all Tundras do not have folding mirrors till my buddy Throb Nation was talking about on his channel. He just bought a new house and he couldn't get his Tundra in, or he could, but he had to fold in the mirror. Now the platinum edition comes with automatic folding mirrors. You just hit a button over here on the side, or push it, rather words. It's right here. You push that button right there, and both mirrors automatically fold in. You know, easy peasy. Just push a button, you're good to go. One other thing that I also heard him talk about, or actually his wife talk about, was the lumbar in the passenger seat. Now, the platinum edition Tundras, he had a limited, and the limited did not have this, but the platinum edition does have lumbar in the passenger side seat. So if you have a bad back or something like that, or your wife or spouse has a bad back, then they can comfortably adjust that lumbar to their specific, you know, desired setting, and, you know, have a more comfortable ride. That will especially help on long trips. If you're on a long trip, I'm constantly adjusting the lumbar. Now both these seats are power seats, you know, full power and everything. So I know the SR5s do not have that. I think the limited actually does have power seats. One other thing with the radio that I forgot to mention is the platinum edition does come with the JBL stereo system. I don't know if you can see it down there, but right there, the speakers are JBL. It does have a JBL sub in the back. The stereo is okay. You know, it's nothing to write home about. I'm not going to brag on how great the stereo is. I do wish I could turn it up just a little bit louder, but overall, you know, it's a nice stereo. I've had a lot worse stereos. I can live with it. I'm not going to change it out. I'm not going to put anything else in here, but you know, it is what it is. I would like to have it just a little bit louder. Next is the leather wrap steering wheel. I know the SR5s do not have the leather wrap steering wheel. The platinum editions do. I'm totally not sure about the limited editions. I can't remember. It seems like they do, but I'm not going to swear to that. If you have a limited edition, please chime in the comments, because I'm not sure if they do or not, but I do know the platinum does and the SR5 does not. Here we go. Next, the rear view mirror. It has the settings here. I know the one at work does not have those settings, so the SR5 does not come with all the settings in the mirror. Now I never use any of these, nothing. This is just on and off. These are for garage doors, and this is to change your compass and stuff. I never use any of that at all, so you know, I could take it or leave that, but it does come with the platinum edition if you do want that. Another thing is right here, let me get the camera down here so you can see it, is the parking sensor. So what the parking sensor is in the front of the truck and the rear of the truck. When you get close to like McDonald's, or you know, you're going through a drive-through, that's when it drives you crazy. Because if you're close to something, it starts beeping an alarm up here in your dash, and it'll point to which side the object is you're fixing to hit, or the one it thinks you're fixing to hit, which is what drives you crazy actually. But you know, that is good in case you don't see something, a bike or something laying around. You could avoid tearing your truck up by not hitting that bike. One other thing that I've not fully came to trust yet, but I do like, is it does have blind spot monitoring. So if you look over here in the mirror, let me see if I can get that. Right here, you can see these little emblems. What that is when someone's in your blind spot, the Platinum Edition does have blind spot monitoring. So those little emblems will light up to tell you that you can't see them in the mirror, but there is someone beside you. Now, I've not fully trusting that yet. It's not, I'm getting more trusting of it, but not 100%. My F-150 had a little corner mirror, just a little bitty corner mirror up in the mirror, and I trusted that 100%. I missed that little mirror, I have to say. But the blind spot monitoring is growing on me, and I'm starting to trust it a little bit more. A few other things, that you can turn the blind spot monitoring off and on right here with this button right here. You can turn it off and on if you care to do so. That's just a few things that I wanted to show you that the Platinum Edition comes with. You know, it does have the Lexus grade leather in the back as well, but everything else is probably pretty much standard on a lot of trucks. So but if you're looking for any of these options, a lot of this, if you get the Platinum Edition, comes standard on it. The back glass rolling down, the sunroof, the blind spot monitoring, stuff like that. Is it a necessity? No, it's definitely not a necessity, but I really like a sunroof. I could have went with the Limited. Honestly, I was going to go with a Limited, but I found a really good deal on a Platinum this truck, and that's exactly why I wound up with a Platinum instead of a Limited. But a Limited has most of the options that I was looking for whenever I was looking for a Tundra. So yeah, I hope this video helped you out, showed you some options that the Platinum Edition has that some of the other editions may not have, and can help you make a decision if you're looking for a truck. If you like this video, please like, share, and subscribe. Give me a big thumbs up. We'll see y'all next time.